guys, how's it going? SquirrelsMK here, and today I'm going to be taking you through a name selection guide. So I have seen a video on this before, but I thought it was really long, so I'm going to keep my observations quick and to the point. I hope you guys find this useful, and let's get to it. Default names. Default names such as William, Phips and Abigail Hobbs can be both a curse and a blessing. These names either go under the radar or they elicit hatred. Now, on the one hand, there are benefits to these names. I sometimes avoid attacking people with default names because from my experience, people with these names are more prone to leaving mid-game than customized names. I also find that they tend to stand out less on the name list to other names such as, say, Professor Snape. But ultimately, though, there is a flip side. So some people absolutely despise people using these names. They think that people are being lazy and they really need to come up with a customized name, and as a result make extra effort to attack them. Therefore, whilst I don't see too much harm in using these names, choosing a clever custom name will do better to enable you to go under the radar. In other words, you could do better. Long names. Now, these names are infuriating. Pseudoephedrine and umilityphine are just two examples of names which I have had to personally deal with in games. I now actually kill people with long names like these when I am evil, just so I don't actually have to deal with them during the day. Now, it is hard to talk to and about players of long names. It confuses what is already a lot of information to process, and it is quite simply an unnecessary task that you're creating for your town. Long names are in fact my biggest name pet peeve. Capital letters. Alternating cases stand out and draw attention to yourself. Just don't do it. There is also a debate about whether to capitalise at the beginning of words or not. No capitalisation at the beginning of your custom name is my preference. I feel that by not capitalising, it means that your name does not stand out on the roll list, where people often look down the first letter and are drawn to the first letter. However, to some grammar-loving individuals, the lack of a capital letter is infuriating, and they will attack you because they cannot stand to look at your name. It's kind of hard to say how much this kind of counterbalances the benefits of not using a capital letter. So therefore, on this area, I do not necessarily feel that there is a right or wrong answer. Controversial / nasty names. This one I'd like to think is pretty common sense. Unpleasant, racist, sexist, sexualized names just aren't going to cut it if you want to have a long living game. Just don't use them. Controversial names are just as bad. If a name elicits annoyance, they are going to want to attack you. Donald Trump at the moment is the prime example of this, and another big example is also Justin Bieber. We've all seen the Justin Bieber challenge after all. I participated in myself. Repeating names or similar names to others are not the way forward. Now, example of these are red pepper, red lobster, red chili, or alternatively carpi, and capri. It's just very hard to keep track of. If you're a townie, it can be very frustrating for your town, and it is not conducive to a functioning town. If you begin your name with the same words as another person, your town members will have to write out your full name every time they are talking about you in town, or talking about them in town. Now, if you choose a name which is one letter off from another person, it's going to be hard to refer to one guy or the other without referring to them as player 1, player 2, player 10, player 7, for instance, which can get really annoying. Now, it is worth noting that repeating names can be really useful if you're a member of the mafia and are accused, because ultimately this confuses confusion as to who is being accused of being the guilty party. But ultimately, you cannot guarantee that you will be a member of a mafia when choosing your name, so try to avoid choosing similar names to other people. Themes. Go with them or you will stand out otherwise. If there is a set theme that was largely backed in the lobby, and you do not pick a name which is related to it, and virtually everyone else does, you will stand out to those who went with the theme. If someone who went with the theme is evil, they will be less likely to attack people that went with the theme out of respect and out of a common kind of purpose of keeping kind of the theme alive in the game. Now, you've heard of the phrase shun the non-believer. In Town of Salem, it's kind of kill the non-believer. But on the flip side of this, do not randomly choose a fandom for your name. Do not pick names from a book, a show, a fandom, etc. unless it's a confirmed theme. So some people might not like the fandom you're part of and may specifically target you, or just kill you anyway because you stand out. Furthermore, if you are going to pick a fandom, do not pick a name from that fandom which dies. So a name like, say, Professor Snape or Voldemort, to continue on the Harry Potter theme, Mufasa, who are famous people that dies, Jack from Titanic, I don't know. But the point is, if you choose a name like these, people that die in the film or book, then people are going to want to kind of be tempted to kill you off in the game too. Furthermore, I should say, if you roleplay within this fandom, you're just going to piss everyone off, and trust me when I say that Town won't believe you if you come to them with vital information. I would love to hear in the comment section the names that you will use when playing Town of Salem that help you go under the radar. Whilst I have to vary up my name whenever I play nowadays, the names that I used to use regularly were Blue, Platypus, Minxling, though this name no longer works like it used to since the game got more popular, and actually SquirrelsMK, because that was pretty good at going under the radar too. So yeah, so that's it from me. So well, make sure to leave a like, and bye guys!